The first, which I don't really classify as true data recovery, is where you get something like Norton's SystemWorks suite, which includes Norton Protected Recycle Bin, which is basically recycle bin within a recycle bin. It just caches everything you throw in there and keeps it for itself until you empty the cache. So, not true data recovery because you haven't actually lost it yet, but they still call it data recovery, so whatever. Then you got the two actual types that I classify it into, and most other people do too. First kind is where the program is going to look at your file table and analyze where it sees that there's going to be free space. Then it goes back on the hard drive or whatever you're using and looks at that free space and looks and sees if there's data there. If it's something it can put back together or notices that it's some kind of file format it can put back together, it's going to say there's a file there and allow you to recover it. So you can do that. That's one way to get it back. Other programs are going to completely ignore any form of file system you've got. No file table, no nothing. They're going to read everything bit for bit and see if they can match up anything to a specific set of rules regarding some kind of file system, or whether they see file start points, end points, or anything that might resemble part of a file. And then they're going to figure it out. Okay, this should be one file, this should be one file, and they're going to list it out individually. But those are the two basic ways. So you get something there. Hopefully by then you get the idea that with all these programs you're going to be wanting to use something that doesn't overwrite your data. You're going to be wanting to use some sort of Linux Live CD or some bootable CD. BART PE is a good one if you want to use Windows still. To aid in recovering, especially if you're working on the same drive that the file you want to recover is on. That way you can make sure when you boot up you don't lose it. If anything else fails, you can't get it back with a data recovery tool, they can't find it, and you don't have any form of way to get it back, there are professional data services like I data recovery services that are going to try and get your file back. If you want to reach them, I is a good one. Start with, you can reach them 360-555-1337. It's their phone number. Go ahead and call them. They're real great. Now, you know how to get a file back, but what happens if you want to make sure no one else can? This is where shredding comes in, and shredding is basically just what it sounds like. In the paper world, you take a document and you obliterate it to a bunch of little bits and pieces. That's exactly what shredding does. It's going to take the drive, whatever media you're using, and physically overwrite it. Now the number of times it does it depends on the program. DoD standard is like 7 times, but some of them I've seen go as high as like 50. So if you're really paranoid, you can go find one of those. But they're going to do it in one of two ways themselves. The first one is they're going to do what's just called zeroing out. They're just going to write everything 000000000 in binary. Completely and utterly obnoxious, Second way is where it's going to make up random data or make up some random file. Maybe it's some random image that it comes up with that isn't even anything. And it's just going to overwrite your file with that a couple times. So instead of your file being there, it looks like there was an image there that completely is the opposite of what your file is. So you can do that. Some common tools for Windows, if you're looking for something for free, is the AnalogX Super Shredder. If you're under Linux, there is the GCC Shred tool, probably available under your shell. Better check it. And if you're in OS X, yes, you do have one. It's called Secure Empty Trash. I believe you get to that shift, click on your recycle bin and hit empty trash or whatever, something like that. But I don't know, I don't have a Mac. But last way to protect yourself, use some kind of encryption and don't let files stay unencrypted on your drive. Obviously, that's kind of standard, but you get the idea. And if you're looking for, while I'm completely here still, if you're looking for some software that'll help you recover your data, I went through a whole bunch of good Windows tools, but the best free one I found is called PC Inspector File Recovery. It's from convar.de. That one's a good free one. Be wary of the shareware ones, the paid ones. Some of them are going to save it into some encrypted file format or something you can't read your file back in, and then you can't get it back until you pay for the program. So if you absolutely decide you want one, you can go get the demo and recover your file, then pay them.